Alright everyone, Destiny 2's brand new activity, Chaos Reach the game mode, is everyone's favourite this season, and alongside the mainstay of Stasis the game mode, it's all the rage. Or should we say, rage inducing. Chaos Reach has always been strong, but until recently has been incredibly slept on. However, this season it's once again top draw, and today I'm going to show you why. Subscribe today to join the solo super club. Hitting like will make your Chaos Reach 10% longer, and let's get into it. This build is nuts. It will let you have near instant ability cooldowns and an incredibly fast super. It's highly effective at destroying waves of adds and melting bosses as quickly as possible. It will also allow you to be ultra aggravating in PvP activities, so that's a huge dub. This one was actually recommended to me in the comments on a previous video, and it's a perfect fit in terms of what I was looking for with Chaos Reach. Absolutely no Chaos Reach build would be complete without geomags, so that is where we're starting. These pesky exotic boots are the reason why you get solo supered again and again. Close enough is the intrinsic perk, whereby sprinting will top off the rest of your super energy when almost full. This works from about 3/4 of your full super, which when combined with this build will knock minutes off your super cooldown. It also extends your super's duration when damaging enemies too, so it's an absolute win-win already. It's incredibly potent for all bosses on its own, but when we pair it with Volatile Conduction, it's a whole other ballgame. This seasonal artifact mod is all the rage for Thunder Crash Titans, but for Chaos Reach it's just as insane. It buffs your super's damage by 30% when critically wounded, and so when paired with the extended duration Geomags allows for, it just melts everything. Plus, you can deactivate your super as soon as you have destroyed your opponent and reserve a huge chunk of super energy. It's not just all about Chaos Reach though, as the Attunement of Control Stormcaller subclass has perfect synergy with this build throughout, and it is how we are able to start the process off for constantly available abilities. Simply defeating opponents will grant a chance to create Ionic Traces, and collecting one will grant energy to all of your abilities. It's not huge, but it's noticeable, so you'll want a weapon that allows for easy and effective mass ad clear, and Trinity Goal is just the ticket. This exotic bow is immense, and with its catalyst it's easily a god tier exotic right now. This bow fires a spread of 3 projectiles, and with the lightning rod perk activated, it will chain lightning to any enemy nearby whether you hit a target or not. The catalyst will allow any arc kill to activate the lightning rod trait too, therefore pairing perfectly with what we've got going on here. As we've got mass ad clear with Trinity Goal, elemental armaments is the way. Weapon takedowns with a damage type matching your subclass have a chance to create an elemental well. As we know, collecting an elemental well will grant energy to all of our abilities, and paired with the Ionic Trace ability, you'll constantly have grenades, melees and rifts on tap, which will allow you to keep lightning rod chaining as often as possible. Multi-kills with Trinity Goal will also create orbs of power to collect to top up your already minimal super cooldown. Font of Wisdom though will give us a huge increase in our super recharge rate too for 30 seconds when collecting an elemental well. So now we've got constant abilities and a massively reduced super cooldown. It's now time for the DPS. Elemental Charge will allow us to become charged with light when collecting a well, and we're going to use the charged up mod to give us a bonus stack of charged with light, allowing for a 3-time stack. Now we're going to pair this with the Argent Ordnance mod to give us the Godslayer Warheads buff to rocket damage after causing damage to a major or boss. Now we're using this instead of high energy fire so that we can specifically buff just our rocket launcher instead of all of our weapons, and therefore increase our DPS when we really need it for boss damage encounters. Sub-Zero Salvo or Code Dweller are perfect legendary weapons of choice here, with an auto-loading roll being ideal. So how you want to set it up for some incredible boss damage is to bait the boss to red bar your health and trigger Volatile Conduction. Then rocket launch the boss first, which will trigger the Godslayer Warheads damage buff for your next shot, and then ping them with Chaos Reach for a huge DPS super. Now if they are still standing after that, simply use your rocket launcher again with the buff damage. All strike bosses will keel over, and you'll do significant chunks of damage to all other bosses, whether in Gambit, Nightfalls or Dungeons. For multi-boss phases though, the speed and synergy of this build will allow you to have this old DPS setup back in an instant, ready to go again. Hands down, this is the best Arc Warlock build around, and you're missing out if you're not using it. It's incredibly easy to set up, and stupidly potent with very little effort. I hope you enjoyed this quick build guide. If you did, then please give us a rating down below, and also subscribe if you're new. that's it for this one though. So on that, and as always, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.